This is day 6, you guys. We are almost a week in to our 30-day Ephemera challenge. I hope you're enjoying it and that you visited each video and making yours as we go along. At the end of our 30 days, we will have 30 different pieces of ephemera. I have traveled into my archives 4 years back and came across the video about a secret journaling spot. We'll be making these today. Oh my goodness, wait till you see what we have to do to these to make it secret. I hope you come along with me as I show you how to make these. Here we go. Hi best buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Grab your paper pad paper because this project is perfect for that. I have my 12 by 12 sheet, and what you're looking for is something rather muted. Something that you can place a fussy cut on top, or maybe even a picture. So you don't want something super busy. You know, lots of movement, lots of intricate pieces. Something rather muted and fairly plain, although, as you can see, this one does have faint patterns. I'm going to turn my paper over, and we're going to be wanting to fold it over so that we have a 3.5 inch. I'm going to pull my paper down so you can see a little better. We want 3.5 inches right along this portion. So we're folding it 3.5 inches and give that a crease. Now we're going to want to cut this side off. I found that keeping my paper from moving is ideal to making a straight cut because this 12 by 12 is too large for the paper cutter that I have here on my desk. So I'm going to paper clip it on the ends as well as the side. That's just going to help me with keeping this in place. So I will be using my scissors to cut this portion off. Removing my paper clips, I'm going to want to trim this so it's 5 inches tall or long, however you want to look at it. Marking it at the 5-inch mark, bringing in my small guillotine, I will just cut that right down on my marks. You could actually make another one because that paper was pretty long. Mark the piece that was your scrap that you cut off, and you could get 2 of these pieces of ephemera. With the scrap that we cut off that's not folded, I'm going to slip it into this folded piece, turn it over, and I want to just trim so that I can trim out this little piece right here. So now we have 2 pieces. One piece is folded. The full length of this open is 7 inches by 5 inches. And this piece here is 3.5 by 5 inches. I went ahead and I made quite a few of these out of some different paper pad papers because this is a mass make during our 30-day ephemera challenge. I have inked this one up. It's a beautiful, kind of looks like it's embossed, but it's not. And then I have this one, and then there's this blue one. So you can kind of get the idea of the type of paper that I was going for and that I was explaining to you. You can have pattern in the paper, but you don't want it to be so bold and so busy that something placed over the top of it will get lost. I will make 2 of these where I use my machine and I sew, and then I will make 2 of them where I do not sew it, so you can see the difference. I know not everyone has a sewing machine, or if you even have a sewing machine, maybe you just don't want to sew your paper, and that's okay, because sewing your paper is just another layer added. If you do sew your papers and you do ink, this is when you want to ink up your piece and then take it to your machine, open it up, and sew the top right across the top of your piece, whatever you've determined to be your top. Then you'll want to sew down these two sides. You do not have to sew down the side that is folded over. So if you're not sewing, what we will need to take our glue, and I recommend some type of wet glue, not a glue stick, and place a small amount of glue down the side and then across the bottom. And go ahead and glue this piece closed, making a pocket. So we went ahead and we made a piece that was the same size as our folded piece. Now that we have either stitched our pocket closed or glued it closed, it's not going to fit in here exactly. So we need to trim it up just a little bit. Now you want to keep it the same height, but because we've brought the bottom up just a little bit, first trim the side and get it inside your pocket. That's our first step. I'm just going to take a little bit off because I want to be able to easily get my tag in and pull it out. I don't want to struggle. Oh, I think that will be perfect. So let's go ahead and push it down so it goes all the way down to the bottom and mark that with your pencil or pen so we'll be able to trim it. I'm going to do that for all my pieces, trimming up my card that's going to go inside of my pocket. After getting my little tags all trimmed up, you want to make sure that it's going to fit nicely into your pocket. If you ink your items up, now's the time to ink it and round the corners. I took my paper scraps and I punched out some tabs that will go with my project. After inking my tag up and rounding the corners, I'm going to attach my tab right on the top. Now take your tags, no matter how many of these pieces you've made, and set them aside. That's important. Don't put them inside your pocket. Not quite yet. We're going to need to decorate these first. And if you say, well, that's great, Cathy, you made a pocket and you made a tag. If you click off now, you're going to miss the magic. Maybe you have a fussy cut that you would like to use. If you don't have a fussy cut, maybe you have something like a large piece of decorative paper. Or maybe you have something that's more of a square. That will work too. So I have a couple more options here. Oh, I really like that. But I also really like this white. So I have two fussy cuts and I have two pieces that are not fussy cuts that you could maybe get out of a magazine or even out of a paper pad. Let's take them one at a time. For this one, I'd like to add a little label, a little bow out of white satin, and some sewing trim at the top. When decorating and using ribbon or sewing trim or even sari silk, you want to keep that type of decoration away from the first 2 inches from the top. You'll see in a minute why we want to keep this area free. So I added some flat back pearls on the sewing trim and then one in the center of the bow. Don't put that tag in yet. Set this aside. Let's do our next one. Let's do this blue one with this pretty little picture. I have these photo corners. I think that's what they're called. And I'd like to use this on this picture. I think that will be super cute. So I'm going to pop them on, but first I'm going to put a little bit of glue right at the corner because I'm not taking this photo out. I'm going to make it permanent inside this little corner. And I'll do the remaining 3. Now I'll add the glue to the back and glue it down. I think that's pretty cute. I need to add a little bit more to it. I had this little scrap piece of rickrack on my desk, and it matches the dragonflies in color really well. So I'd like to put some right here on the bottom, and then the remainder I'll pop right here on the top. I think that's cute. I added some flat back pearls at the corner. When you're decorating your pockets, make sure that you've got the opening at the top. You want to set this one aside. Don't put that tag in it yet. Next, we have the white one with this beautiful fussy cut of a fern. I think this label that says Paris will be beautiful on here. I have some sewing trim that are little flowers, so I think I'll add 4 flowers down at the bottom and 3 flowers right up here on the left-hand side top, keeping this area right here open. Adding some flat back pearls in the center of the flowers really finishes it off. This is our last one that we have to make, and I need to probably run my sponge around the edge. I'm also thinking I'm going to cut this center out. So to get that center out, just go through the side and fussy cut around the edge. Oh, that's nice. How about if we add some little tiny butterflies? I've really come to love very thin washi, and I think I'd like to place it right here. So here's how it turned out. Don't you just love that slender washi tape? Oh, I think it really adds so much. I added a little flat back pearl to the center of the butterflies. Now we want to bring back in our decorated pockets. So let me bring them all in. And the tags, we're going to keep them setting aside. We'll use them in just a minute. And now you will understand why we kept this area free of any sari silk or flat back pearls or sewing trim. So I just glued this one. So this is my first one that I made. So I'm going to do this one first. So what we'll want to do is from the top of your pocket down about 2 inches, right across here, we're going to do something a little abnormal, shall we say? I'm going to lightly mark 2 inches. The reason why I'm using my little cutter here is because I can't seem to cut a straight line. I'm going to cut this in half. Okay, we did it. We cut it in half. Now you definitely don't want to do any inking here, okay? No inking. Set that aside. I think this was the next one we did. So from the top of my pocket, I'm going to mark 2 inches down, just so I get a little straight cut. Not so much that it has to be 2 inches, something close to that. I'm going to cut it in half. In half it is. And here's my next one. And then this one right here. Yeah, I do think this one's my favorite. Be brave. Okay. Now that's in half. Bringing in my pieces again. And now we need to bring in our tags. This one goes with this one, and this one. Okay. Tags with your pieces. Slip your top of your tag in your opening, because this is open, remember? So slip it in. You've already measured. It's going to fit just fine. And make sure you bring it down. Okay, so it's all even. All right, so we've got it in here. We're going to need to glue this tag inside this portion of your pocket. Try to get this not to be, up too high, that it's even. And the easiest way I know to do it is to take your wet glue and to place some inside of your pocket here and glue this in place. Now, when you go to put this back in, if it doesn't fit perfectly, which obviously mine isn't fitting perfectly, you're going to want to take it back out and trim a little bit off the bottom and around my corners. And because I've inked my project, I need to re-ink it and then pop it back in. And now it fits perfectly. And you have your secret tag. I love this project. I think it's so much fun. It's so different, isn't it? You could put this into a pocket, into a belly band, or you could actually glue this portion down onto your page, and then this would come right out, and then place it back in on your page. This is truly a unique piece of ephemera. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Tell me which one of these was your favorite. And also let me know, did you make one with me? If you've enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.